So the story begins with a hospital where a beautiful nurse named Gwen was taking care of her patient. This patient was very old, so she suddenly started having trouble breathing. Then Gwen, instead of giving her oxygen, closes her oxygen and starts pressing her air tube, so that the old woman cannot breathe and her heartbeat stops. After this, Gwen pretends to scream so that the doctor can come there to help that patient. Soon after, the doctor comes there and starts pumping the patient's heart. On the other hand, Gwen is standing in front of the door and smiling. This shows Gwen is a psycho nurse and she enjoys giving pain to her patient. Anyway, after saving the life of the old patient, the doctor calmly leaves. Looking at Gwen, we think that whatever she did with that old woman, she has no regrets. The scene shifts and we see a family including Todd, Meera and his son Max. Meera admits that he is having pain in his legs. Actually, Max has a disease called muscular dystrophy, due to which he can't walk. That's why he uses crutches to walk. Here, Meera gets tensed about Max, because Max used to climb the stairs and get off the stairs, and that's why he used to have pain in his legs. After seeing Meera in tension, Todd tries to calm her down and explains that this is a normal thing and that's why you shouldn't worry so much. Then we see that psycho nurse Gwen, who was kept here to take care of Max. Here, Gwen used to take care of Max like a family member. After this, the four of them have breakfast together, during which Max accidentally drops his crutches, on which Gwen helps Max to pick up the crutches, but deliberately she loosens the lower part of the crutches, so that Max later falls down. Because of that crutches, Gwen used to do this for fun, as we saw in the beginning of the story. After some time, Todd starts getting ready to go to work while Meera starts cleaning Todd's suit. Then Todd and Meera look at each other and start getting jealous, because Gwen started liking Todd, which is why she was jealous of Meera. After Todd leaves, Meera's friend Karen comes there. When Meera and Karen are talking, Gwen starts listening to all of them while playing with Max. Here, Karen says to Meera that Max and Todd have started liking Gwen, so you should keep another nurse instead of Gwen. Meera refuses and tells her that I think Gwen has taken the best care of Max, so she is perfect for Max. Then suddenly she starts screaming because of the crutches. Here, Meera blames Gwen for Max falling down, because she feels that Max fell down because of Gwen's carelessness. Max tells her mom that it wasn't Gwen's fault. It was all because of the crutches. Meera calls Dr. Keller and asks for new crutches for Max. Meera apologizes to Gwen because she was angry with Gwen, while it wasn't her fault. Meera apologizes to Gwen because she thinks that a mother has a lot of tension for her son. Here, we know that Gwen had loosened Max's crutches, because of which Max fell down. After this, Gwen makes tea for Meera so that she can rest. The next day, Meera joins the community of people with muscular dystrophy, in which people's relatives and friends were suffering from the disease like Max. Here, Meera starts crying while telling Max's story. She also feels bad that Max fell down because of the crutches. When Meera returns to the community, Gwen comes to Max and gives him the same tea, which surprises Meera, but she doesn't pay much attention to it. The same day, when Meera was sleeping on the sofa, Dr. Keller comes to Max's house to give him the crutches and starts going to meet Max. But Gwen stops Dr. Keller and tells him that Max is sleeping, so she can't meet him now. So Keller starts going from there. Dr. Keller also promises Gwen That she will tell him as soon as she remembers him. After saying this, she leaves from there. Gwen goes to Dr. Keller's house and tells him that she still remembers him. After saying this, Gwen comes inside the house and injects something on Dr. Keller. After which she tells him that we used to work in the same hospital. Actually, in the beginning of the story, Dr. Keller saved the patient that Gwen tried to kill. Gwen tells Dr. Keller that she has a problem with families. So she targets the families and kills them. This time, she was going to kill Todd's family. But she was afraid of Dr. Keller, that she might not tell the truth to Todd. So she injects drugs on Dr. Keller and kills him. This same night, Meera gets a call from a man named David, who tells Meera that he is a member of the same community that she has recently joined. He also tells Meera that she is sick. Meera gets emotional because of this, and she wants to see David. But David has put a blur photo on his profile, because of which she can't see David's face properly. Here, David tells that his wife has passed away, so he has hired a nurse to take care of his son. Meera tells him that he has hired a nurse to take care of his son. Then, we see that there is no one but Gwen, who was talking with the help of a computer. She drops a drink on Todd's shirt. So Gwen takes Todd's shirt to the laundry room to clean it. Here, Meera asks Karen to bring her bag from the room inside. So Karen goes to that room. Meanwhile, she sees Gwen, who was smelling Todd's shirt. Seeing this, Karen understands that Gwen likes Todd. But Karen doesn't tell Meera about this, because she was afraid that Meera's family might break because of her. After this, we see Gwen at night, who again talks to Meera as David, and asks her about Max's condition. Meera tells her that the day Max fell, I didn't like it. Hearing this, Gwen asks Meera to check her nurse once. After that, Gwen cuts the call and immediately goes to Meera's room, so that she can catch Meera and David while talking. Gwen's plan succeeds and she starts accusing Meera of cheating Todd. She also tells Todd that Meera was just talking to a man on the phone. Actually, Gwen's plan was that Todd would get separated from Meera. But Todd doesn't doubt his wife. Instead, she saves Todd and tells Gwen that Meera is working a lot these days, which is why she can't sleep at night. Suddenly, Gwen hugs Todd and says goodnight to him. Actually, Gwen wanted to get Todd, so she was trying to get close to Todd. Next morning, we see Gwen and Todd in the kitchen. While Meera was still sleeping, Gwen looked like she was always looking for new ways to spend time with Todd. Here, Gwen touches Todd and tries to impress him. But Meera comes there and sees that Gwen has done all the housework. Todd is worried about Meera because he often saw her sleeping on the sofa. Meanwhile, Meera gets a call from Karen, who thanks Meera for sending flowers on her birthday. Meera gets confused because she had never sent flowers to Karen. Here, Karen gets worried about Meera and advises her to see a doctor. After this, Meera finds out that Gwen had sent flowers to Karen. Meera says that she had forgotten that it was Karen's birthday, so she had sent flowers to Karen. Meera gets unconscious, and Gwen takes her inside. Meera says that she wants to see a doctor, and she asks Gwen not to tell Todd about this. Gwen says that she doesn't need to go to the hospital because she will take a blood sample. and send it to the lab for testing. Meera talks to David and tells him about her problems at home. While Todd and Max come home, who immediately cut off the call of David. Here Meera wants to take Max to his room, but suddenly he sees everything blurry. So she promises to follow him from Max. But Meera was sleeping very fast, so she sleeps on the sofa. Meanwhile, he receives a message from a man named Weber, in which it was written that David is a fraud. The next day Todd tries to wake Meera up, then he sees a message from Weber on Meera's phone. Todd doesn't understand who David and Weber are and why Meera talks to them. Max is also confused as to why his mother sleeps so late these days. Gwen used to work at home 24 hours, but still Meera thinks wrong about her. So Meera first apologizes to Gwen, on which Gwen is happy because she thought that now everyone is taking her as a part of this family. Meanwhile, Meera receives another message from David, which Gwen also sees. But Meera tells him in the reply to this message that she should not trouble him more. Meera somehow prepares herself to go to work and goes to the office to meet Karen. She tells Karen that her blood report is fine. She also says that Gwen was right, that I just need rest. On which Karen says that you should show such a doctor who has nothing to do with Gwen. But Meera does not pay attention to Karen's words. Then Gwen mails Meera as David. It was written in this mail that Weber is trying to defame her. Meanwhile, Meera also gets a mail from Weber in which it was written that her child is in. Meera wants to meet him. After this, Meera comes home and tells Gwen about Weber that she is going to meet him in the cafe. Meanwhile, Todd comes there and listens to Meera, which makes Todd very sad because he felt that Meera was cheating on him. After which we see Meera going to a cafe where she meets Weber. Here Meera finds out that Weber is the real David. David says to Meera that Meera is not a child and I have never talked to you, but someone is talking to you using my name. After this, David tells that my wife had cancer, so she used to take chemotherapy. Then one day his wife got a mail from a man who made friends with my wife and advised him not to meet the doctor and stop chemotherapy, because of which my wife died. David also shows the photo of the man who sent the mail, and then Meera sees that this photo belongs to the man who was talking to him as David till now. But Meera still had no doubt about Gwen. Anyway, then we see Todd outside the cafe who was following Meera. Here Todd takes Meera home from David and tells him that he is not a child. But Meera is still suspicious of Gwen. Then we see Todd outside the cafe who was following Meera. Meera sees Todd and Meera who are looking at each other with mutual respect, due to which he believes that Meera is really cheating him. On the other hand, we see Karen, who comes to Meera's house to give a bag. In addition, she came here so that she could talk to Gwen. Here Karen tells Gwen, I saw you smelling Todd's shirt and I know you like Todd. On the other hand, Karen threatens him, that if you did anything wrong to Meera's family, I would not be able to blame anyone for it. Then Gwen hits him on the back and anoints him. After which she takes Karen to an isolated place and tells him about the only thing. Takes Sharon to a deserted place and injects drugs in her body to kill her. After that she leaves him there and leaves. Here we see Meera who is making dinner. Then Gwen comes home after doing physical therapy of Max and secretly steals Myra's knife. After that she leaves for David's house to meet her old friends. Here we know that Gwen was the nurse of David's wife and she talked to David's wife as a man, and advised her to stop the treatment of the doctor. Here Gwen stabs David with a knife and kills him and drops Myra's blood on David's body, so that the police feel that Meera has murdered David. After that Gwen leaves with David's bag. Here we see Todd who comes home drunk. Actually he was very upset because of Meera and that's why he drank a lot. Now taking advantage of this moment Gwen comes near Todd and takes him to the room to tease him. But Todd was still loyal to his wife so he took Gwen out of the room. In the next morning when Meera wakes up she sees David's message in which he wrote that he couldn't sleep all night because of his little boy. Actually, Gwen sent this message so that the police feel that Meera has murdered David. Here Meera's eyes goes to the little boy word written on a bottle. After seeing this, Meera remembers that David and Gwen always use the little boy word. Here Meera has a doubt on Gwen, so she throws the water of the bottle. Then she sees a powder in the bottle which tells Meera that Gwen is not dead. So she throws the water of the bottle. Because of this she becomes very sleepy. After this Meera comes to Gwen's room where she finds a book in which she finds that there were a lot of drugs. Then Meera also finds many medicines under her bed. Meanwhile Gwen comes home, so Meera immediately comes out of Gwen's room, and then Gwen sees that Meera is still awake, which makes her understand that Meera didn't drink that bottle of water. Here Meera tries to find out that what drugs Gwen gave her. But Gwen suddenly has an empty glass for her. Suddenly brings a drink for her and advises her to rest. After this, Gwen asks Max to go to the clinic for physical therapy. On which Meera asks him to leave today's therapy. But Max didn't want that because the place where she used to have therapy, there was also a football match, so Meera couldn't stop them. Then after Gwen and Max leave, Meera again goes to Gwen's room and records a video in which she tells about all the actions of Gwen. She also tells Todd about this and goes to the police station to report Gwen. But Gwen returns home because she had a doubt that Meera had found out everything about her actions. Here Meera sees that Gwen doesn't have Max with her, so she asks Gwen to go to Max. Then when they are going to Max's place, Gwen tells that I treated a lot of patients. But no patient treated me like a family member. But your family treated me like a member, so I will kill you and take your place. But your family treated me like a member, so I will kill you and take your place. Actually Gwen liked Todd, so she wanted to kill Meera and take her place. On the other hand, we see Todd who comes home and starts looking for Meera. Meanwhile, he gets Myra's phone, and then Todd sees the video recorded on Myra's phone, which tells him all the truth about Gwen. Here Gwen tells Meera that I have killed Dr. Keller, Karen and David. Now hearing this, Meera starts worrying about Max. After a while, Gwen takes Meera to her house, where she reaches to find Meera and Max. Then Gwen tells that Max is still in the clinic and I have brought you here to kill you. In addition, Gwen tells that I used the knife to kill David, which had your fingerprint on it. Also, I dropped your blood sample on David's body, so now you will become a criminal in the eyes of the police. So Todd and Max will also start hating you. Now hearing this, Meera tries to run away from there, but Gwen catches him and then there is a fight between the two of them. Then Meera somehow escapes and attacks Gwen's head with a utensil. Or isi kusath hai, ye kahani yahi par katan ho jati hai.